Welcome to Life It with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's been a few days since I've been able to get a video out. Been working on a variety of different projects that I haven't been able to do the daily updates. Have been making a backsplash for our kitchen and to solve some of the water leaking behind the sink. It was getting into particle board and warping all of the particle board and creating mold. So we created a backsplash instead, and that was a big project. Tiling and doing the adhesive, the grouting, and just all of that. Let me know if you'd like to hear more about that experience. I know it's very separate to this channel and the content for the most part, but let me know if that's something you're interested in. Here at Life Fit with DVD, we try to do everything. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing that I don't really want to tackle. Just to talk about it briefly, it's like being Life Fit in general. It's like we want to be independent. We want to be people that know what we're doing in all facets of our lives. I think you know it's important to know what we're doing, and we don't have to know everything. We don't have to know all of the components of the stuff that we're doing, but I think it's very important to know at a high level how things work, why they work that way, the incentives that go into anything, anything in this life. Because if we don't know, one, who we are, and then two, how the world works and the incentives to what runs it, how can we expect ourselves to be living to our optimal potential, right? How can we even possibly get there? Some people do it through will alone, but for some people, the will burns out. They don't have the energy to do it, to keep going after a while. Um, I mean, I've stated a variety of times where we're being assaulted on so many levels by life, by just the external world and all the things going on in it, that we need to know what is going to be beneficial to us and what might not be beneficial to us. Um, so I'm going into a topic of another video, but what I wanted to share today was a story of somebody I had met this past weekend, and we just got to talking. We were at some sort of men's function thing that I got invited to by a neighbor, and we went out. We did some stuff, camped. It was a good time, and we just got to talk. I got to talk with a bunch of other people, and I wanted to go out and do this because I think it's very important to do things that are out of the routine um, every once in a while. I think it's important to have a routine and a rhythm to your life, especially the things that work for you that are adding value to your life. But at the same time, it's also important to change your perspective, do something different, try something new, because it might just trigger a shift in perspective that you don't really expect, that you really aren't planning for. Unexpected things can happen, and when you put yourself out there into the unknown, uh, unexpected and great things can happen. And this is the creation process, right? This is what we're all working towards. We need to get out of our fear, get out of our routine, and move towards that vision that we are trying to create for ourselves. So I was talking with one guy, at the campsite, and I found out that he had actually come to, to the camp and the cabin, kind of with a bit of a dilemma on his mind, and it was whether he was going to continue with his job or um, quit and focus on his investments and some other projects that he wanted to focus on and work on that he thought could be a big deal. Whether he had the time to focus on these multiple things, or if he wanted to focus on this singular thing, or his singular kind of business plan and his vision. And I told him my situation. I have a little bit of familiarity with all of that stuff, without going into it too much. You know, I've started all sorts of businesses. I've failed at them. The things that I do, I'm ultimately trying to give back, to contribute to the world, and to that end, I think it's important to be trying to build skills in all sorts of areas, just like what I had kind of said before, where it's like you want to be knowledgeable in lots of different things. Not the details of them all, but at least to have that high level knowledge to know, what pitfalls, to avoid. Why do these things? What are the benefits to them? Applying things practically, with just knowing enough. And it was a good conversation with him. He was very open to growth stuff. Was obviously on his own path, and like trying to make things better, make systems better. And it was a great conversation. And it was only like a one night thing, and I had left the next day. But it was interesting because fate had brought us back together the next day, when I left something at the campsite, and I had to go back and find him, and there was really no reception there, and it was kind of a lot of ships sailing past each other in the night, trying to communicate with each other. But finally, when I saw him, he said that he had just talked to his wife. He had the thing I had left there at the camp, and he said that he had just talked to his wife, and that he was going to quit his job after the conversation that we had had. And it was just fascinating that just telling him a little bit about my story and what I have gone through, in being my own person, being responsible, taking responsibility over my life, and him hearing about that, and just my passion in wanting to create life a specific way, wanting to be independent, wanting to be your own man, be responsible and accountable to yourself, and live life on your own terms. He took that and he applied it to his own life, and he said that he was going to go and on Monday, quit his job and move on with his business and enter a new chapter of his life. And I was so happy for him, that I may have contributed my story, my experience, was able to hopefully contribute to his decision. And I think he knows full well that it's not going to be an easy one. I certainly told him it wasn't. Whenever you do your own thing and leap into the unknown, it's it's the unknown. It's the abyss, the void. You never know what you're going to get. However, the satisfaction that comes from being your own person, following your vision, following the things that you want for your life, the way you want to live, living on your own terms and not somebody else's, the power and the satisfaction that comes from that is immense. And I'm not going to lie, it's not for everybody, for sure. But if that is something that you desire, right? you need to know yourself, right? You need to know yourself. You need to have knowledge of lots of different things. Not in depth knowledge, but baseline knowledge at least. And you need to know where you're going, right? You need to have some sort of plan. And that I'd say is what I specialize in, because for the things that I do lots of different things. I haven't always had a clear plan. And it's interesting because that lack of definition for the direction that I've been heading has taken me a lot of different ways and helped me garner a lot of different experience and knowledge that ultimately I've been able to apply to a lot of different things. And ultimately that is what I'm trying to cultivate with this channel, and hopefully cultivate with you as well, right? By sharing my stories and my experience with these things of trying to create the life that you want, being life fit, being knowledgeable in all of these things. Um, I just hope to create a better life for you out there as well. Um, so I know this is kind of a general topic, general story right now, but I thought you might appreciate it, by just hearing how some others have made decisions, and if you're pondering a major decision like that, like changing jobs or changing careers, or big life moves, things where you are required to know yourself and to imagine something else for yourself, I would love to help you. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you want help with. I'd be more than happy to, hear your situation, and just go over things with you. See where I might be able to help. Because ultimately, that's what I desire to do is is to try to help people better their lives, be more life fit, and you know like I had said, even though I don't have a completely clear vision of where I'm going, just by being here and being present, right, and just discussing these things, this experience in these videos, hopefully can help others, help you to maybe make some decisions in your own life. So, if you'd like, more detailed hands-on experience, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, let me know things that you might be considering in your own life. Just things that you've been kind of stewing on for a while. What are those big things? What is your vision of where you want to take them versus where you're at right now? Be really interesting to hear. So if you appreciated this story, like the video, subscribe. That would mean a tremendous amount to me. And yeah, I guess that's it. And the video should be more regular going forward again. So until next time, talk to you later. Thanks.